What an insane pump we're currently seeing in the Bitcoin price, and we just touched basically $25,000, and this is a huge pump, and we actually put in a higher high for 2023. So this is absolutely incredible. And guys, so many of you on Instagram, on Twitter, in Telegram, in Discord are sending messages saying, Thomas, should we just go all in on Bitcoin right now, open with 100x leverage, or put all of our money into Bitcoin because it's just going to the moon? Guys, please hold your horses and let me point you in the right direction in this video, because so many people are screaming this, asking me this question. Well, the thing is that if you're just going to take a look at this broad chart, well, it looks quite bullish. But if you didn't buy when I was buying, when I actually made a video for you guys that I'm buying, and this was 3 months ago right here, and this was the video where I said that I'm buying 30 Bitcoin, and look where the price was. I'm gonna link this video up here. The price was at about $17,000. So if you didn't buy when I was buying, when everybody was so scared shitless of the FTX situation, and you didn't buy anything and you're empty-handed right now, buying Bitcoin at this, after this massive pump already, is incredibly risky. Don't get me wrong, buying Bitcoin is always great because the potential upside is far greater than 25,000, 17,000, no big difference. However, I prefer to buy at the bottom, always at these kinds of stages for my long-term investing and for my portfolio that I just do simple dollar cost averaging. So my latest purchase was at 17,000. So right now I'm sitting at a hefty profit, but I understand those of you who are too scared, who said that, Thomas, you're crazy, then let me just put a few things in perspective so you understand what could happen. Because right now we could arguably say that Bitcoin is actually decoupling from S&P 500. And this is also driving a lot of people into FOMO, thinking that maybe they should just long it with everything they've got because the bull market is back. So before you make any conclusions, watch this video till the end and it will all make total sense. And as always, if you enjoy these updates, then please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and also hit that like button, and call me Mr. Spot On down in the comments. Because, we had a short trade that didn't play out, unfortunately. We had a bunch of other really great trades, but this trade was, this is as spot on as it gets. So therefore, we always do some investing, we also do some active trading, and we always make sure to come out on top just because, we compensate one for the other. So this is what hedging is, basically. So anyway, let's move on to what is of utmost importance right now before we move to the chart and before me showing you what I'm seeing in comparison to other markets and what this could actually mean for Bitcoin and why this could be actually a trap. So let me just show it to you. So the first thing we need to understand is that this is, currently, according to econometrics, the Federal Reserve is implicitly forecasting a huge recession. So, and before you say, like, oh, again, Thomas, about recession, let me show you the data because nobody's talking about this. Everybody's so freaking happy about this pump that everybody's just ignoring what's out there on the surface. And before I tell you about all of this, guys, remember that if you want an exchange that you can trust and that doesn't have any stupid FUD about it, then go down in the description of this video and use my exclusive link to Bybit, which will give you exclusively up to $30,000 in initial deposit bonuses. Also, if you deposit just $100 and keep it in your account and become an active Bybit trader, you will also be automatically entering into a Rolex giveaway. I already gave away 2 Rolexes here on this YouTube channel in random videos. There's one more Rolex left, and maybe we'll do a giveaway in this video already. I'm not sure. So anyway, and also if you deposit more than $500, you'll get my famous paid crypto course for absolutely free, sent to your email within 3 days. That's also really huge value. And all deposited users get access to my crypto signal community for free. It's a great community of 30,000 traders that, discuss trades, and we are doing really well there. Not every trade is a profit, of course, but this is a community that actually makes money overall. So, and there is a link to it down in the description of this video. So let's move on to really important data. So this is what 2007, 2008 actually looked like when they were talking about soft lending. So here, the Fed chairman, Ben Bernanke, when we were standing right here in terms of unemployment, he said that our forecast is moderate, but positive growth for going forward through the next few quarters. Economists are extremely bad at, and this is just, you can make a conclusion out of this, that economists are extremely bad at predicting turning points. And, they were actually admitting to this. So, and what happened? Right after this speech, the US actually went into a terrible recession of 2008 and 9. So therefore, Fed is quite terrible at what they say, and you cannot really believe anybody or anything. So therefore, as of right now, what we were saying, like inflation went down a little bit. So we were a bit happy about it, right? So especially this reading from 6.0 to 5.7 was great. And, Fed was so happy about it. So we had a decrease of 0.3%. But what happened recently? That's why I said that the CPI was terrible. We had only actually a 0.1 decrease. So it's 3 times smaller of a decrease. So this means that their interest rates could be higher for longer, and we could face a more risk of a recession. And let's just keep going at this, because most importantly, there are data and just examples of what it used to look like in terms of recession before it happened. A lot of people are saying, but yeah, Thomas, right now the unemployment is so low, it looks so beautiful, we don't really have any direct, threat from it, because this is the unemployment, look, it's so low, it's great, the economy is so strong. But this is wrong to look at it in this way, and I've told you this before. In the chart below, the econometrics have compiled all the trajectories of the unemployment rate around recession period since 1948. That's 12 instances of recessions. Look, every single time. I mean, this doesn't lie, guys. This doesn't lie. Unemployment actually is a lagging indicator. We cannot use unemployment to predict a recession. So every time here. Also here, 1953, 1960, 1957, 1969, 1970 basically. So 74, 81, 2000, 89, 90, 2007, etc. So what we are seeing here, it just proves that you're not going to see a massive rise in the unemployment rate until after the economy has already turned sour. And it can actually turn sour very quickly, especially with the macroeconomic readings that we already are seeing. So, and this is actually the unemployment rate in the upcoming recession. So it compares the trajectories of unemployment rate as to if we were standing at 2023 today, how this would develop in comparison to previous recessions. And this doesn't look very good at all. And the most interesting part, as it says here, you want to see something interesting, the FOMC outlook on the unemployment rate in 2023 is 4.6%. And that's their median forecast of the actual Fed itself. So where does it put it in terms of the forecast? It's right here. So the Federal Reserve forecast for the unemployment rate, this is the blue line right here. And the unemployment rate is currently right here, as we are saying, this dot right here. So, and as it says here, and this makes total sense, you cannot go from 3.4% to 4.6% without a recession. It's just stupid. So actually what this means, basically there is no way we will be going from 3.4 to 4.6 without moving into a recession, just historically. Look at the damn data. So despite talking about soft landing, the Federal Reserve itself is implicitly forecasting a recession by the end of the year. So when even the Federal Reserve is forecasting a recession, when even the Fed itself is forecasting a recession with their data projections, you actually better pay the fuck attention to what the hell is happening, because guys, this is no joke. And this brings me to the chart itself, because right now what we are seeing, and this is the reason why we're seeing S&P 500. Look, S&P 500, let me just remove the moving averages. S&P 500 isn't doing much. I mean, we've seen this already a problem, that the decrease of inflation is slowing down. So inflation is becoming sticky. This is very, very bad. The same thing like right here. Look at the chart itself. This is the mean CPI. So the main one. I'm sorry. So it's actually slowing down. Look at the curve of the decrease of inflation. It's slowing. So this is a big problem. And the market isn't reacting to it that very much in a negative sense. So if we're going to take a look at a daily chart, or for example, S&P 500, then we're going to see that it's just moving sideways. So it's not doing that very much. The same thing if you're going to take a look at NASDAQ. I mean, it's just standing pretty much at the same level. Dow Jones, same thing. It's not doing much. Even though actually Dixie is showing more strength, so it's strengthening. Therefore, it just prints a clear picture that it's not looking very good at all, and the market really doesn't very much like this reading that we're seeing right now in the inflation. But Bitcoin has just skyrocketed. It just went from 21K to 25,000, and we're going to talk about the targets, all the resistances right now. What does this mean? Well, there is two things you have to understand, guys. Number one, either this is the biggest bull trap ever, or, which is very, very possible for one simple reason, which I'm going to discuss in just a second, or this really is the real decoupling and, store of value narrative returning to Bitcoin, and it actually finally gaining its own traction in the market. People starting to realize that Bitcoin is so much more superior than holding stocks or holding fiat currencies that are just getting devalued, etc. So this could be the moment where, Bitcoin just takes off on its own. Is there a possibility like this? The answer is yes. Would it be possible that, for example, the dollar keeps strengthening again really like crazy? As we are saying here, actually strengthening because of this CPI reading, which is warranted, really, to be honest. But Bitcoin would actually also strengthen and go up. Is this possible? Yes, but we need to see a true decoupling. So this is what could potentially be happening. But on the flip side of this, what you have to understand is that there could be a reason behind this pump in Bitcoin, and that is SEC actually going after stablecoins. Remember, they're going after BUSD right now. So there is a big problem for Binance right now. So a lot of people could be exiting from BUSD into Bitcoin, because where else could they exit? Should they exit in USDC? It's also quite questionable. Tether, even more questionable, especially with the situation with FTX and everything that was happening. They could be tied into, a lot of FUD in the near future. So SEC could be, after all, going also after Circle and USDT. So could be this move itself could be fueled by people just not wanting to be in stable coins and moving some of the money actually into Bitcoin and crypto itself. This could be it. This could be something that is fueling this. And if that's the case, guys, then this is definitely not the decoupling moment, unfortunately. So this, therefore, could turn into a huge bull trap, in my opinion, as per the performance of all the other assets, because Bitcoin is very correlated to the other ones. But there is still a small, very tiny chance that this could be potentially it, that we actually, people start to realize what Bitcoin is, and this is the bottom. And, this, regardless of a recession, we are just going to be going up from here. Is it possible? Yes, but guys, remember, the likelihood of something like this is tremendously small, considering everything I've discussed in this video. And if you enjoyed this content, slap a like, comment down below. And guys, also, when it comes to Bitcoin itself, what we need to understand is that we have huge resistance right now. For us to confirm any kind of bigger turnaround, just technically, we need to stabilize above 25,000, because we had this wedge, we had this resistance, the yellow upper dotted one, and we broke above it. And you could say that we came back, we retested it, depending on how you lay it over. We retested it, so it kind of is already very bullish. But for us to confirm this on a mega bigger scale, we need to break above 25,000 right here, which is just this order block confirmed by these two instances. And also, most importantly, why 25,000 is so bloody important is the two moving averages, 50 moving average and 200 moving average in the weekly chart, which actually has created a death cross. So, and right here, as you can see, we are standing at it right now. So if we can close above in the daily or weekly chart, then come retest it at 25K and move away, and in a similar formation or whatever, and stay above 25K, this would just prove, support the narrative that we could start to see real decoupling, especially if during this period, dollar is going to strengthen because of that macro environment, and all the other high-risk assets are actually going to tumble. This could be the beginning of something big. But if we're going to get rejected, and this kind of micro decoupling we're seeing now is going to just be reduced down to zero, then this could turn into a huge, huge bull trap. And how to predict this? Just look at the price. Watch my videos from the beginning and until the end. Join my free Discord channel, link down in the description of this video. Things change in the market very quickly, so that's why we have to react very fast. But remember, trading is trading, but accumulating is very important. That's why 3 months ago, I bought 30 Bitcoin, and I'm not complaining right now for sure. So stay tuned. Pay attention to what's happening. Check out this quick tutorial as to how to trade Bitcoin with proper risk and money management. And as always, peace and love. Time scroll. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.